Pumice?" asked Serena and hugged her fully healed robot toy, all distress due to it being hurt, long forgotten. "The absolutely hugest, bestest, and sweetest apple known to humankind," promised he, confident in his mother's ability to find anything and everything, once her mag boots touched a colony starport. As if just by thinking about her Jean could magically summon his mom, Cassandra mumbled from the cockpit's open door. "Yes, my little firefly, we promise. You know, your Aunt Sally makes the best apple pie on Apple Crate. Known also as the Golden Fairy of Mars, because of her thigh-long blonde hair, their mother was once a famous loader girl. She still worked at one of Cydonia City's big starports, but only when her friends asked real nice. Cassandra taught her eldest son how to pilot a power armor, and his love for these 16-feet-tall mecha grew with each passing year." "Mom," Jean grinned from ear to ear, "I got us here one full day ahead of time, and you know what this means, right?" Cassandra hugged both him and little Serena, giving her son a big smooch over the forehead. "It means that my son will show off that power armor frame he's been working on over the last 6 years. She effortlessly lifted her littlest up and gave her a smooch on each cheek, before instructing him further. "Just remember, when you demonstrate your power armor, show off the big vibro knife. Us loader girls like to have a weapon at hand, had someone decides to drop in, unannounced. My idea to repurpose that old vibrosword will pay off big time, wouldn't it?" mumbled excited he, and his mom nodded in full agreement. "I also may have linked a few good women beforehand, so you better be ready for a much bigger audience, son." Cassandra speedily evacuated the cockpit, sporting one of her trademark chuckles, which all of her children loved so much. Jean's father Grant entered after his wife went to wake up the rest of their kids and sat next to his son. "Jean, you are quite sure of your decision?" asked him his dad for one last time. "Yes, Dad, I am joining the Martian Raccoons mecha team, as soon as we get back after our vacation. My plan, and you all knew about this, is to become a peaceful man. I worked so hard to acquire all the necessary skills, developed and built that prototype power armor frame. Things will go into high gear, as soon as I start working for the Raccoons. Of course, my promise to help in the floating restaurant still stands." Grant gave him a bear hug, while mercilessly ruffling his son's red hair. "I know, the boys and girls of their engineering team have basically been slobbering over your mech for the past 2 years. You'll probably nab some juicy corpo contracts for parts, guns, and modules, after your first year on the team, that is." Jean, try as he might, couldn't free himself from his marine father's grip and finally tapped out. One day, the young man mumbled, implying he'd be good enough to escape this hold. His dad stood up, patted him on the shoulder and winked at him, before saying with a fatherly grin, "Sure son, one day." Baker, John, and Hart, Jean's 3 younger brothers, stormed the cockpit, and all further father and son talk became impossible. The boys, 14, 13, and 12, respectively, were besides themselves with anticipation. Apple Crate was their favorite planet to go to, and they kept coaxing their parents all Martian winter long. It never took much convincing, because everyone loved swimming in that crystal blue river, together with Apple Crate's mysterious blind fishies.